Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video is going to focus on connection, our connection with the earth, our connection with ourselves, and allowing us to take that connection into the saddle, connection with our horse or connection with others around us that we are with on a daily basis. So we're going to start in a mountain pose. Do have something to sit on for later, so a blanket or a fold-up towel or cushion, and of course your yoga mat or something like a yoga mat. So starting in mountain pose, so we can find our grounded foundation to the earth. So feet hip distance apart, lift all your toes up off the mat, spread the toes, and then as you spread the toes, place the toes down on the mat, keeping that nice space between the toes. Think of lifting the inner arch of the foot and the kneecaps and the sternum, energy up through the crown of the head, arms initially down by our side with the shoulder blades dropping down the back. Think of the tailbone lengthening, feel weight in the feet, especially in the heels. And then if it's comfortable for you, you can gently close the eyes or just take a soft gaze down. But just take a few moments to really feel your connection to the earth through your feet. Imagine that there are roots in your feet, anchoring you into the earth. And from that grounded foundation, feel the energy lengthening the spine from the tip of the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. So we find that balance between the energy that connects us to the earth and the energy that lifts us up. So notice your breath and breathing. One of the best ways to connect with your body is to focus on a steady, even flow of inhales and exhales. So just notice your breath and breathing. Gradually begin to take a deeper inhale and a longer exhale. Think of breathing all the way down into the bottom of the lungs. As you exhale, think of drawing the belly towards the spine to help the breath release. And if it again helps you with that connection to the earth, imagine that as you're breathing, think of breathing now in through the soles of the feet, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, releasing the breath from the crown of the head all the way down and out through the soles of the feet. And then very gently keep this steady flow of your breath with the eyes open. If you close the eyes, inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. So we'll do just a little warm up here. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And then pressing into the palms, inhale, bring the arms back up and overhead. And exhale, release the arms down by your side. So we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, float the arms up and overhead. If it feels okay for your head and neck, you can look up as the palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart, maybe bowing the head slightly towards the hands as you bring the hands to the heart. And then once again, the palms come all the way back up. And exhale, releasing the hands down. So again, this connection with the breath helps us find that connection with ourselves. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Again, palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pressing into the palms, float the arms again all the way back up. And exhale, release the hands down. So we're going to move on a little further here. So inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the palms together. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Bend the knees, fold all the way down, standing forward bend. And then inhale, just come halfway up. Let the hands rest either on the shins or the thighs. Draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. Draw the lowest ribs towards the hips. Pause here for a moment. Again, find that nice connection, feet to the earth. And then exhale, fold all the way back down. Press into the feet, float the arms out to the side, come all the way back up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, again, the hands to the heart. Press into the palms, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, release the hands down by your side. Inhale, float the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart, bend the knees again, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Again, nice length through the crown of the head. Draw those shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. Press into the feet. Float the arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pressing into the palms. Float the arms back up. And exhale, release the hands down. So if you're not at the front of your mat, go ahead and come to the front of your mat. We're going to add on a little bit here. So inhale, float the arms all the way up. Palms together. Exhale the hands to the heart, and then bring the hands to the hips. We're going to lift the left heel, step the left leg about 2 to 2.5 feet back, turn the left toe, just a little to the side, draw the right hip back, turn the hips towards the front of the mat till they stop, square the shoulders towards the front of the mat, and then extend your arms up to a warrior one position. So this helps us to find our confidence, our stability, our strength, and this warrior one. Really think of pressing into that outside edge of that back foot. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale, and then bring the hands to the hips. We're going to lift the back heel and then step the foot back a little further, turn it to the side, and now line up the front heel with the arch of the back foot, opening the hips to the side. Come to warrior two. So bend the knee so the knee is right over top of the ankle. The spine is vertical. Extend the arms out by your side. Turn and look out over that right middle finger. Press into both feet. Inhale and exhale. And then let the back hand come to the thigh. Turn the front palm up. Sweep that arm forward, up and back. Come to your peaceful warrior. Inhale and exhale. Again, find that connection with the earth and bring the arms back out to that warrior two position. And then turn the back palm up. Bring the arm up and overhead. Pivot on the back foot. Bring both hands to either side of the front foot. Come onto the toes of your back foot and then step that left leg up beside the right. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Float the arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pausing here for a breath. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, float the arms all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart, and then hands to the hips. So we're going to lift the back heel, the right heel now. Step that right leg back. Again, find that warrior one. So the feet are hip distance apart. The left foot over more towards the left edge of your mat. The right foot towards the right edge of the mat. The left hip is drawing back. Hips turning to the front of the mat till they stop. Shoulders face the front of the mat. And then extend the arms up, draw the lowest ribs towards the hips, really press into the outside edge of that back foot, lift the inner arch of the back foot. So find that strength and stability. Inhale and exhale. And then bring the hands to the hips. So we're going to take that back leg, we're going to step it a little further and align the front heel with the arch of the back foot. Open the hips towards the side of the mat now. Bring the arms out into that T position. Look out over that left middle finger. Inhale and exhale. Really press into the feet and keep that connection with your breath. So right hand to the thigh. Left palm sweeps forward, up and back. Come to your peaceful warrior. Inhale and exhale. Find that nice stretch in the side of the body, and then come back to your warrior two. Inhale and exhale, and then turn the back palm up. Sweep that arm all the way down, one hand on either side of the front foot. Come onto the toes of your back foot. And this time we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Another breath. Inhale and exhale. And then looking towards the hands, just pedal the feet, walking the feet, tiny little steps back up to that standing forward bend, hands to the hinge of the hip, press into the feet, come all the way up to stand. And once you come up to standing, I'm going to do a tree pose here, starting in our mountain pose first. Inhale and exhale. So helping with our focus and our concentration. So bring the hands to the hips, lift your right heel, and then lift the right knee up. So balancing one-legged mountain pose to start with. Inhale and exhale. And then you can take that right foot and you can bring it below the knee, resting on the calf. You can bring the toes to the mat and rest the heel on the side of the shin, or you can bring the foot up to the inner thigh, but only do what allows you to keep connection with your breath. Keep breathing. Hands can come to the heart. Inhale and exhale. Again, find that connection, that flow, that focus with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling, and then as you're ready, bring that right knee back forward, land the right leg down, find your mountain pose. Inhale and exhale, and then second side, so bringing a little bit more awareness to the right foot, lift the left heel, and then lifting that left leg up, again, one-legged mountain. Inhale and exhale, and then option, again, that foot to the inner calf, toes to the mat, heel above the ankle, or foot to the inner thigh. Just don't put any lateral pressure on the knee. Inhale and exhale. Maybe the hands stay at the heart. Maybe this time you test yourself with the arms overhead. And smile. And then as you're ready, bring the hands back to the heart. Bring that left leg back out and the left leg back down. Coming again to your mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. And then from the front of your mat, from that mountain pose, inhale, float the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, nice length again through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, both hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Right leg and left leg step back. So adjust your alignment here, feet hip distance apart, hands, shoulders distance apart. Maybe the knees bend a little bit. Think of the lowest ribs drawing towards the hips, maybe a little pedaling of the feet. Just inhale and exhale. And then very gently release the knees down to the mat. Uncurl the toes, and we're going to come to a seated position. So go ahead, whatever you have to sit on, lift your hips up onto that to help give the hips a little height, and extend the legs out in front in Dandasana, staff pose, hands on either side of the hips, roll the shoulders back. So think of spiraling the thighs inward here a little bit. We're going to work on Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. We're not going to try to get our head to our knee. We're just going to work on sensation here and our breath. So bend the right knee and bring the right foot to land somewhere to the inner left leg. It might be more down by the side of the knee, depends on mobility in your hip. Do what feels appropriate for you. Think of that left hip drawing a little back. Make sure the toes stay pointed up, and you're going to turn your sternum ever so slightly to face that right big toe. So it's like a half an inch turn. It's not a big turn. Find the hinge of the hip, inhale, lengthen up, and then as you exhale, just hinge a little forward, lead with the sternum, let the hands come down on either side of that front leg. So we're keeping a nice length in the spine. We're not collapsing and rounding back and coming forward. We're leading with the sternum and closing the hinge of this hip. It might mean that you come forward a half an inch, and that's okay. Inhale and exhale. You can also, if you do have a yoga block or even a stack of books, if your knee is a little up and feels like it needs some support, you can always use that underneath the knee, that bent knee, if you would like. So again, using this pose to help with our grounding and our connection with our breath. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently walk the hands back, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Bring the right leg back out. Pause here for a breath. Inhale and exhale, and then bend the left knee. Bring that left foot to the inside of that right thigh or knee. Again, depends on support here if needed. Think of that left hip drawing back, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then again, just a little hinge forward as you fold forward here. And then also notice and decide if, as you come forward, if it feels a little more natural for this hip to come a little forward instead of drawing back. If that gives you a little bit more release in the pelvis, that's fine too. Again, everybody's individual, you know, everyone's different. So that's why yoga is so great for everybody, because there's so many different variations. But for me on this side, it feels a little better when I let that hip come a little forward instead of drawing it back. So notice how that feels for you. Inhale and exhale. And then once again, as you inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head, walk yourself all the way back up. Bring that left leg back out. And then come off of your blanket or cushion. And we're going to come down to our mat, onto our back. One of our best poses for grounding and connection is just a few breaths in Shavasana, relaxation. So hands behind the thighs, go ahead and come all the way down onto your back. Let the feet just flop open, feet a little wider than your hip distance apart, hands down by your side, palms facing up. You can use that blanket or cushion behind the knees or behind your head if you need a little support. But just allow the eyes to close. And we'll just take a few more conscious breaths in and out. And let these be very slow and gentle and easy. Again, your eyes can be closed or just a soft gaze down if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes. Just think of letting your body surrender to gravity, the shoulders and the head heavy, the hips heavy, the legs and the feet heavy, the arms heavy. Steady breath. Another breath here. And then very gently let the eyes open, give a little wiggle to the fingers and the toes, a little gentle roll of the head to the side. And then as you're ready, bend the knees and just gently roll yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can also stay in that relaxation for as long as you want. But coming to a seated position, again, just find that alignment in the spine one more time. Let the eyes close, or again, soft gaze down. Take another breath in and out, and breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And very gently let the eyes open. So thank you for joining me today. I hope that little flow helps you with really thinking about your connection, the connection of your feet to the earth, your connection of your body and your breath, and then hopefully taking that sense of connection when we are interacting with others, when we're riding our horse. And anyway, I just think that connection is what we need more of right now. So thanks again for joining me. Check out my information about Grey Horse Yoga in the section below, information section below. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Bye-bye.